Hello! My name is Second One 814, and I went and saw Star Wars The Force Awakens last night, and it was awesome! Alright, so let's start this review by saying that yes, I did indeed enjoy this movie quite a bit. I think a lot of people did in the theater, whereas there was applause uh, when the movie was over. So, yeah, we're starting out. Is this movie Star Wars? I think is the best question. And the answer to that is yes. This movie is Star Wars. Yes, it is definitely the originals. Those originals. And it feels like it was authentic. That it does. So, with a touch of some great modern day storytelling. So it's not just some good guy, bad guy. But that's not saying that doesn't really trust me. So, most starting it. Excuse me, lost my train of thought there. But anyways, starting this review, question sister. Oh, sorry, I can't think today. Anyways, the movie starts out on a desert planet, not Tatooine. Yeah, starts out on a desert planet, or rather of it. Our desert planet called Jacko, or Jakku, I think it. Ooh, I'm already forgetting the details of this movie. It was so good. So yeah, uh, I guess I should go rewind a few steps and discuss just the overall story plot. So yeah, basically, Luke Skywalker has disappeared. And they are trying to find him. And people are trying to find him. And the Resistance, allied with the Republic, is now fighting against the First Order, which has basically arisen in the ashes of the Empire. So, oh, as a, oh, fast forwarding to where I was, the movie starts out on Jakku, who, as a bunch of people get murdered. Well, I shouldn't say a bunch of people. Well, yeah, a village, I should say, gets attacked by stormtroopers. There's, however, during the attack, one of them, him, just suddenly, I guess you could say, he starts to have doubts about what he's doing. And I guess, especially when he sees one of his friends get killed. And when and the he got back. Yeah, I'm really stuttering. I'm sorry. But anyways, when and Kylo Ren, yes, the new Darth Vader, comes in, and basically he orders the stormtroopers to kill all the remaining villagers. He doesn't shoot, and we and we learn back on the Star Destroyer that that it is FN-128. I think that's what it is. Or Finn, played by John Boyega. And he's, like I said, he's having doubts about what he's doing. So, basically, they have captured the best pilot in the Republic. Or in the Resistance, I'm sorry. So, yeah. Yeah. But, John Boyega, Finn, sorry, I'll call him Finn, is basically, excuse me, I am really, he's failing with my words today. Anyways, it's Finn helps the pilot, Poe, escape. They hate the ship. Yep, but they get shot down and crash on Jakku. And and Finn comes to, who Poe's nowhere around, and the ship sinks into the sea and blows up. And of course, he thinks that Finn is dead, so then he proceeds to head to the nearest town. And you know what? I'm missing a huge. I just skipped a huge part where we get introduced to the other female character, to one of the other or new main protagonists. Ray. Hey. Hey. Sorry. Sorry about that. Anyways, we get introduced to Ray on Jakku, who basically he lives her life as a scavenger, or scavenging old parts from a derelict and crashed Star Destroyer. So, that's how she makes her money. Her day's living is by basically the scavenging parts and bring them to a trader, I guess you could say, who evaluates them and tells her what they and gives the people money on what the parts are worth. So yeah, and then I should mention that. And you know what? I just realized I forgot another important character we meet in the initial opening scene. My bad. Our new droid, BB-8. Yes, the cute little rolling droid. It's actually a BB unit. It's BB-8. 8. So yeah. We go. BB-8 he escapes the chaos and runs. Tons, and that's where he runs into Ray. And basically Ray takes him as her. Like she takes him in for one night, but then the next day she decides not to settle him. Anyway, and then Finn wanders into town, and basically, and BB-8's. He wanders into town looking for water, and BB-8 sees him. So yeah. Then he goes to start drinking from a fountain where another big creature is drinking from. I'm not sure what it was called. The creature was, but ugh. So yeah. He sees Ray. Ray, dealing with a couple of dudes who want her droid. Goes to help, but sees that Ray can basically handle her own. And then BB-8 sees Finn wearing his master's jacket. And basically Ray beats him up. Chases him down and beats him up. So yeah. Basically, they get. Basically, the stormtroopers come in to try and because they need the droid, and they need the droid because he contains a star map to help find Luke Skywalker. So, oh yeah, Luke Skywalker. But and so, excuse me. Wow, I'm failing today. So basically, Finn and Ray they run, and they're about to escape on a certain ship, but it gets blown up by TIE fighters. So yeah, and they escape on another ship, a junk ship. It is actually the classic Millennium Falcon. Yes, we see the Millennium Falcon, not flown by Han Solo. Oh, it is first flown by a Ray, our new protagonist, one of our new main protagonists. Yes. And I'm going to interrupt at this point to say that, hey, that at Hans, the other classics are not Han Solo and Leia aren't. I shouldn't say that they're not main protagonists now, and they're still featured in the story. But I mean, I guess you could call them main protagonists. But basically, he gets focused on the new generation. So, oh yeah, moving right along, they fly the Millennium Falcon. Now, and then they escape from the TIE fighters, and then they fly, and then they leave Jakku. No, and then they and so well, then they get captured by a freighter, a large freighter that is just happened to be piloting by the smuggler, everybody's favorite space smuggler, or Han Solo. Yep, yep. So basically, we we learn that Han Solo, oh, oh, after a series of events, and basically went back to doing what we always knew. Oh, smuggling. Essentially, what happened is Luke was training a couple of one of them went bad. Luke disappeared, and so Han Solo just kind of went back to doing what he always knew, smuggling. So yeah, they crashed on a planet, and I'm sorry, but I forget what his name was. And they go into a bar which I guess is supposed to be sort of like the new Mos Eisley, and they meet and I guess an old friend of Han. So, oh, well, I forget what her name is too. Sorry. Right. All right. So, oh yeah, they go into and well in the bar, or they are while discussing. Yeah. Well, blah blah blah. Excuse me. What Han Solo tries to get at transportation for BB-8 to get back to the Resistance. Distance. There. And further, she reveals that there are two guys who can get who can possibly get Finn to the rim, because basically Finn, being a defector of the Empire, First Order, my bad, a defector of the First Order, he just wants to run right now. So yeah, he leaves, and Rey, goes down into the down to the storage area of this bar, and and in one room, that's where she discovers Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. Yes, touches it and has crazy visions. But she basically gets terrified of what that she sees, and she runs away from it. So yeah, yeah. Uh, Anyways, unfortunately, the First Order finds them thanks to a spy, and they attack. Well, actually, he let me back before the First Order attacks the base. That's where we get introduced to the Star Killer base. Yes, a hollowed out planet, not the Death Star, a massive, hollowed out planet with a gigantic super weapon, and that instead of being able to destroy one planet, can now destroy multiple planets at once. And they basically fire it and blow up all the planets of the Republic. So yeah. Uh, so, oh, oh, and everybody sees it, and that's basically when Finn has a change of heart, right as the First Order attacks, and so when we discover that, and excuse me, and so Kylo Ren runs into Rey, and he kidnaps her when he discovers that she's seen this in the star map that BB-8 has that leads to Luke Skywalker. Spoiler alert, it's only a fragment of it. But anyways, is moving on. Yeah. John Finn comes back, sees that the First Order has captured Rey, and joins with Han Solo to get her back. And meanwhile, back at the Starkiller base, we see Kylo Ren and try to interrogate Rey and try to get the secrets from her head. But she's able to resist him because she can use the Force. Yep. Well, actually, let me go back a little bit. I am really failing today. Anyways, so they go back a little. So, what we see, and I forgot to mention that when we see Han Solo, we also get introduced to everyone's favorite Wookiee, Chewbacca. No, I'm not going to make the sounds because I can't imitate him. Anyways, so once the Resistance has secured the place, we get introduced to who the British third favorite from the original was Princess Leia Organa. Oh, excuse me, General Leia Organa. Yes, she is now a general. So yeah, and they're her husband, and they're basically now we learn that. Excuse me. We now basically learn that yes, Leia and Han Solo are married, and it's also where we learn that they have a son. It's Kylo Ren. Yes, that's when we learn that Kylo Ren is the. Well, actually, no, I take that back. We learned that a little bit earlier. That Kylo Ren is actually Han Solo and Leia's his son. So yeah, Han Solo goes to meet with the Resistance, and they basically since after we get introduced to everybody's favorite protocol droid, C-3PO, who now has a new arm for some reason. Anyways, so yeah, back at the Resistance base is where they meet. We discover that Poe is indeed still alive. Excuse me. So they go back to they meet and plan to attack the Starkiller base, just like they plan to attack the Death Star. And so, and it is during this plan that we see several cameos. It was like General Akbar, who had said the famous line, "It's a trap!" So yes, with him, we see him make a cameo, and basically, Finn uses his knowledge of the First Order to help them target a weakness in the Starkiller base. So yes, Starkiller, and they basically plan their assault out, simultaneously planning to go get rescue Rey. And we discover this is also when we discover that Rey has since Rey can use the Force, she actually manages to influence stormtrooper to let her out. Note, which was actually pretty funny. So yeah, she escapes and then goes to the facility. Meanwhile, Han Solo, Chewie, and Finn land on the Starkiller base with Ace with the attempts of rescuing Rey and disabling the shields. So yes, basically they get to the ship part, part, and then they find Rey is for a captain, and they force her to disable the shields, and then they basically dump her inside of a trash compactor. Sadly, unfortunately, we don't get to see that. So yeah, they disable the shields, and the rebels begin their assault. So yeah, and basically, you they go through the base. They meet Rey. Hey, and then Chewie and Han go to set detonators in a weak point in the. Well, actually, I should. Sorry, they sneak into a thermal oscillator, as it's known as. It's called. Basically, in the hopes of disabling shields and weakening it so that the resistance in their X-wings can come in and blow it up. So yeah. Yeah, and while they're setting the detonator, there's Han Solo who confronts his son, Kylo Ren, who after some thoughtful discussion, kills him. Yes, Kylo Ren kills Han Solo. And that, I have to say, that was one part that got to me, because I'm like, you've got to be kidding me now. You're trying to tell me that one of the three original hosts is not going to be in the other two movies? Come on. And it was kind of actually really sad to see the character die. Alright. So yeah, after which they confront Rey and Finn and confront Kylo Ren in the woods, and that's where we get at the lightsaber fight for the movie. And basically, Finn, it doesn't go so well between him and Kylo. So yeah, Kylo beats Finn. No, he doesn't kill him. He severely injures him. But then Rey picks up the lightsaber, and Rey proceeds to kick. Actually, he defeats Kylo. Sort of. She basically he proves that he is a match for him, but unfortunately, she doesn't really get to finish him because, as basically Chewie blows the detonators and creates a hole for the X-wings to go in. Poe comes flying in, blows up the support, blows up the insides and races out, just blowing up the third oscillator and essentially causing the destruction of the planet. So yeah, they escape on the Millennium Falcon with Chewie and go back to base. Oh, I forget to mention that the first time we see the Resistance base, we get used to everybody else's his other favorite droid from the originals, R2-D2. Unfortunately, though, he's on low power. And he's been that way since Luke disappeared. So yeah. So we go back to the Rebel base, where everybody's happy and celebrating, except for basically Leia, because now that Han Solo was dead, well, you can kind of understand that. So yeah, And that's when R2 comes back online and is able to project the rest of the star map. BB-8 comes in and shows his fragment. The two fragments join, and they should see the complete star map of where to find Luke Skywalker. And so, in the end, and so then we see Rey and Chewie. You take Millennium Falcon to a planet, where Rey ascends to the top of a cliff, where we see who else? Luke Skywalker. And even though it's only brief, it's awesome. And then credits roll. So yeah, that's basically Star Wars: The Force Awakens in a nutshell. Now now there are some things that I'd discuss that I did like, and again didn't like. Well, first of all, I did like that we had a strong, a second strong female character. I'm not saying her like Leia. Rey, I hated off a great protagonist. She can clearly handle herself in combat, and she's the one who defeats Kylo Ren. And I should also mention one thing I forgot to mention in that plot review. That there is a new emperor figure known as the Supreme Leader Stoke. Now, at first, I was kind of objective to this. Yes, I thought that Kylo Ren was basically the major bad guy. But I had time to think about it, and it's like, yeah, I think he is necessary. We do need an emperor type figure in there. So yeah, now I actually like the of Supreme Leader Stoke. Oh, another thing that was good was obviously, like I said earlier, it actually felt. Freaking dropped my mouse. Sorry, but it actually felt like Star Wars, which I thought was great. Eight. I mean, let's face it, the prequels weren't exactly that great. 8. So yeah, and what I liked about Kylo Ren is he wasn't this big bad guy, this straight evil bad guy. At one point in the movie, we see that he is sort of conflicted about being on the dark side. As in one scene, we see him asking for guidance from his grandfather, who basically is, if you've seen the originals, you know is Darth Vader. Because Darth Vader, aka Anakin Skywalker, is Leia's father. Yes. Anyways, so I thought that was kind of interesting that we see that he is not entirely dark side right now. That he does have some. That he's not exactly, I guess you could say, a complete Sith. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. Also, I liked the Starkiller base. I thought the idea of an entire hollowed out planet with a massive super weapon, and that can literally take out entire or systems of planets. That was awesome. And so yeah, I thought that was awesome, and I also thought that was cool how they had Rey. He basically portrayed Rey as a strong Force user. Not that they didn't show Finn as a strong Jedi, but clearly Rey was stronger here. Now, whether or not they do follow through and have Rey become a more devout Jedi than Finn, we'll have to see. I honestly kind of hope that they hey hope that they have both Finn and Rey become Jedi. Is that would be kind of cool. So yeah, that was cool. Well, and I have to admit, the plot wasn't exactly what I was expecting. Hmm. The final battle was as well a little. I shouldn't say underwhelming, but not exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting this massive uh, battle, but I did not expect the confrontation scene between Han Solo and Kylo Ren. And so, oh yeah, that wasn't exactly expected, but that was a great scene either way. So yeah, uh, uh, the other one, uh, and I have to say that's probably one thing I didn't like is that I felt that the final battle scene, well, maybe he could have been, they could have shown a bit more space play, but yeah, I thought it was great either way. So yeah, that's Star Wars. There's the Force Awakens. So my final rating for this one, 9 out of 10, and definitely recommend to go see it, especially if you're a fan of Star Wars. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Star Wars: The Force Awakens begins 9 out of 10, and go see it. And well, that about wraps it up for this video. My name is Second814. Thank you so much for watching. May the wind always be at your back, and may the force be with you always.